Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I've owned my 2024 BMW X7 for over a month and a half now, and in the course of ownership I have found certain hidden features and quirks that I hope will help other owners. Let's go through each one of them. When you're driving with the BMW Assist, it generally wants you to keep the hands on the steering. If you have it off for more than a few seconds, the yellow warning light comes on. I've tried to figure out how many fingers you need to keep on the steering wheel. Generally, holding the steering wheel like this should be enough. Keeping a finger on top is not enough. Keeping two fingers on top is not enough. Now, if you keep two fingers in the bottom of the steering wheel, that is enough as well. Or you can just hold it like that. Let's say you have BMW Assistant on in the highway and you fall asleep or you lose consciousness, right? Then if you don't put your hands on the wheel, the yellow symbol comes on. And if you still don't have it on the wheel, the red symbol comes on. And then if you still don't react, then the vehicle brakes 2 or 3 times, presumably to try to wake you up by jerking the car, and also to let the traffic behind you knowing that you're trying to stop. And then if you still don't wake up, the car comes to a complete stop and the blinkers turn on. So I think this is a great safety feature. In the BMW Assistant mode, the car does a good job of recognizing the vehicle in front of you. So if you see a truck, it shows you a truck in the instrument display. If it sees a car, it'll show you a car. Now, once a bicycle came in front of me and it detected the bicycle and tried to follow it, which was pretty cool. You can set the front camera to come on based on the GPS location, for instance, at certain hard to see intersections, which is cool. BMW Assist Plus is a way that you can drive totally hands-free on the highway for up to 85 miles per hour. This is not available on all highways, and there's a way to find out which highways are compatible with Assist Plus using the iDrive menu. If you go to Settings and Suggestions, there's an option to show the availability of Assist Plus, and then it'll show you a map overview of where this is available. For instance, here, the white line where we are driving, it's not available. But if you look at adjacent highways, the green shows that it is available on those highways. So, if you zoom out and go to any place in the map, you can kind of see all the locations this is available. And hopefully, they'll roll out more and more roads where you can use this feature. As you can see, around most cities, most of the highways are compatible with the BMW Assist Plus. While I love this car, one of the few things that bother me is that there is no physical buttons or even a shortcut on the main screen where you can touch and have the heat seater or the steering wheel seater come on, because those are the two buttons that I use all the time when getting into the car. And then as you can see, you have to go into the climate menu, click plus 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 to get to the highest setting and minus 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 to get to the lowest setting. I don't know about you, I never use a seat heater at half setting. It's either fully on or fully off. I had always wished that once you click on the climate menu, if you were to be able to just at least click on the seat icon, hopefully the seater would come on full steam, and same with the seat heater button. But I found that if you click on the very right or very left, you can have it come on at full steam and switch off as well, which is as good as having a dedicated button, which is awesome. And you can do it for every other climate control. As you're driving, if you see the yellow car icon and you click on it, it'll show you the traffic delay, where the traffic delay is at. And that is quite awesome. And here you can see all the cars starting to back up at the exact same location. By default, the augmented reality screen is in the instrument cluster, but you can switch it to the bigger screen using the iDrive menu. There is an option here to show it either on the instrument cluster or on the control display. And if you switch it to the control display, I think it gives you a much better experience.
When the augmented reality is in the bigger screen here, you get that arrow that is very useful in following the curve of the road. It'll tell you exactly when to turn. And I find it quite useful to have it here than in the instrument cluster. Here we're approaching a turn, and you can see that arrow which tells you which way to go. And the arrow on the road follows the curve of the road, which is quite cool. Here again, showing you which way to turn with no doubt in your mind that you have to make this turn here. And so I think this is a very useful feature. Now, if you look on the map on the right, I'm already at a traffic signal waiting to make a left turn. So I've noticed that the BMW Maps is a little inaccurate in showing exactly where you are. So I feel this red arrow should be much further forward, near that intersection. On a few occasions, I've actually missed a turn because I thought, this was not the road I was supposed to turn based on where the arrow was at. This is where the augmented reality can really help, so you don't miss a turn. And now I'm actually making the turn. I'm in the process of turning, and then the arrow rapidly moves to where it should be. So I think that's a glitch in the software. Obviously, Android Auto is very good, and you can have it set up that it's your default map as soon as you get into the car. Now, the maps are very detailed. It actually gives you street names on the instrument cluster when the BMW does not. You can pull up your satellite display. So I think, the Google Maps are great. Now here I'm approaching a turn, and the Google Maps actually show you exactly where you are in the process of making a turn, so you don't really miss a turn. When you have Android Auto on, however, you lose some of the navigational functions. For instance, you cannot bring up the augmented reality display. On iDrive 8, if you wanted to bring the shortcut menu, you flick the iDrive controller up, and then it'll bring up the shortcut menu on the screen like so. But let's say you have Android Auto on. Then this method of bringing up the shortcut menu doesn't work anymore. So if you flick the iDrive controller up, nothing happens. You can still bring up the shortcut menu, but you have to bring your finger up and swipe the screen down. So as much as I like Android Auto, I don't use it as much because it limits some of the functionalities of the BMW that I find to be useful. When you're starting from a stop, the car remembers the last 656 feet, and it shows you that exact path on the instrument cluster. So if you wanted to retrace your path for the last 656 feet, it will do exactly that, and that is very cool. I've covered this in a separate video. Like most modern cars, the BMW has a kick to open function where you stand behind it and kick with your legs, the tailgate should open. So I've made a fool of myself on many occasions in parking lots trying to do this, and this wouldn't work. So after scoring through multiple forums, I finally figured out that if you have the trailer hitch installed, then this function is disabled. Bummer. As always, thank you guys so much for watching, and if you like the content, please subscribe and hit the like button, and that really encourages me to keep making videos like this. Now, if you have found other glitches and quirks in your BMW X7, please comment below. Have a good day. Bye-bye.